Yo, what's going on, guys? We are back today for another content creator program video. We're going to talk all about the new Iron Man, the infamous version. I think I'm just going to be calling him Iron Doom. I think as a community, we should all call him that. I think that sounds the best, and just I Doom for short. I think that's perfect. That's what I'm going to be calling him, anyways. I like the ring of that, and I just want to point out, like, I think it's so good. Like, so good. Some people were comparing his profile to Doom's profile. I think some people were saying, I heard some people say they prefer like this look. Dude, not me. This looks so sick. I love the color scheme, like that like greenish blue. It looks like the same color as like the superiority class. I'm in love with his look, dude. He just looks so badass. I love it. I absolutely love it. So we're going to talk about his abilities a little bit, and then we're going to get into some gameplay. So real quick, let's talk about his synergies. So he's like Doctor Doom in so many ways, and that stays true for the synergies. So, Doctor Doom, I think he gains attack rating for every knocked out champion that he has on the team. Is that what it is? Let me just double check. Is it attack rating that he gains? Yeah, so his attack goes up by 10% for each knocked out team member, and so Iron Doom has something similar to that, but instead of attack, and it's only when fighting villains. He gains 460 critical damage rating for each knocked out teammate. So definitely not as strong as the regular Dooms, because it's only against villains. That's kind of lame, actually. I didn't realize that part of it. And then he has a regular synergy with Doctor Doom. Hero champions gained 8% attack rating, and robot champions gain some ability accuracy, so that could be interesting. With Iron Man's, it's just some armor potency, not that good. I like this synergy with Thing, Human Torch, and Mr. Fantastic. We got Infamous Iron Man gains almost 5,000 critical rating, while the opponent has 2 more bars of power, which is pretty nice. He doesn't crit, but so that might sound weird, but trust me, it's good. He's got one with Doctor Strange. This one might make Doctor Strange really good. I gotta test that out. Counter effects on the opponent are 50% more potent. That could be good, if you end up taking like special 3s or something, which is not really gonna happen with this guy anyways, but if it does, I guess could be nice. This is probably my favorite synergy though, and the coolest one. It's with Penny Parker. So the way that Iron Doom deals damage, a lot of it is through shocks. But if they're, shock immune, it puts them in a tough spot. And for Penny Parker, if they're incinerate immune, that puts her in a tough spot. So what this synergy does is it basically lets them switch their damage to... It lets Iron Doom switch damage from shock to incinerate, and it lets Penny switch her damage from incinerate to shock if they are facing an immunity. And you have this synergy. So it's really cool. I think this is a really, really cool synergy. Really like it. And then there's one here with Mephisto that whenever Infamous Iron Man is immune to an effect, he deals the opponent with a burst of energy damage equal to 200% of attack rating, but each time it's triggered, it goes down by 20%. So that's kind of lame that it goes down. So I don't know about that one. But real quick, let's talk about his actual abilities. So his awakened ability, does he need to be awakened? He does have the absolute highest prestige in the game. We have a new prestige king. So, he's worth the SIG level, so 100%. Does he need to be awakened? No. Do you want him awakened? Yes. Do you want to put him to max SIG? Yes. For prestige and for the actual ability. So what does he get? He has a fat regeneration, just like Hulkbuster, like OG Iron Man, like Superior Iron Man. Once he goes down 15%, he's going to get a fat regen. 35% health at max SIG. So that's really nice. And then just being awakened, you get, while the Aura of Iron is active, the opponent suffers 100% flat reduced unblockable ability accuracy. Now that's good, but it's not nearly as good as, like, Miles' countering of unblockable. Not nearly as good. So it's nice, and SIG when you have it, extra SIGs don't change it, so that's fine. It's nice to have. But then he also gets his personal armor up buffs. He always has an armor up buff. And so at max SIG, he gains an additional 921 block proficiency and energy resistance. So it's kind of like Guardian's signature ability, that the higher it goes, the more energy resistance you get, and the more block proficiency you get. It's just not as to the same scale as Guardian, but his block proficiency is already really, really good. So Yeah, definitely worth awakening. Definitely want to get him awakened and definitely want to sig him up. But he doesn't need it. You know, for all of his core gameplay, he doesn't need to be awakened at all. Which I think is the way awakened abilities really should be. So it's great. So Infamous Iron Man is also similar to Guardian and Guillotine 2099. These champions that don't crit, which is really good in a lot of scenarios. For example, the final meta for Battlegrounds is going to be Flow, which is every time you hit the opponent with a critical hit, you know, they're going to gain power. Champions that don't crit never have to worry about these things. So that's really nice. And so instead he inflicts Shock for the same damage that a crit would have dealt. And also, if the opponent would gain 2 more prowess at the same time, he places a energy vulnerability on them. This is really effective on Bishop. Not a whole other areas, but really good on Bishop. And then so he always has an armor up, and while he has that armor up active, it gives him Incinerate immunity and Shock immunity. So that's really, really nice, dude. Having Incinerate and Shock immunity is going to be able to counter Mephisto. Oh, that is awesome. So the more Mephisto counters, the better, man. And so yeah, those are his main passives abilities that he comes with. Now, when we're actually taking him for a rotation and all that stuff, I think it'll just be easier to show you guys with gameplay. So let's go ahead without any further ado and go get to some gameplay. Alright guys, so we're back for some gameplay, and the very first test is going to be a very challenging one. This is pretty much the craziest power gain fight in the game, this Hyperion here. So we're going to take the new Iron Doom for a test in it, because this character is designed to be just a beast at controlling power. You know, like when Kabam was first showcasing him and talking about him, they made it sound like it'd be really hard for the opponent to get off a special 3. Not impossible, but really hard. So we're really going to put his power control to the test with this fight. So it has aspect of evolution, improved power gain, supercharge, you know, plus Hyperion's already regular power gain abilities. It's going to get crazy. Plus we have class disadvantage. I think this is just a perfect test to really show and see, you know, how good is the power control on this guy. So this was my very first run at this Hyperion, one go. So like this, you know, I could do this fight 10 times, you know, get a perfect run and show that, and it would look a lot better than it is, or than it could be, right? But it's just first run, what you can expect. So going in, you know, I'm trying to bait specials the best I can, and so the real rotation with this Iron Doom is he has 2 rotations. So his first rotation, you know, is just for short fights, and it's pretty much just get to your special 2, activate the aura, drop it, and you're power controlling. You want to go for that rotation in shorter fights where like 1 to 2 special 2s, you know, are going to get the fight done. Low health pools. And so here you can see we already took a special 3 from Hyperion. So, you know, not off to the greatest start, but that's okay. And then you have the rotation for longer fights. So that's the one we're going to be going for here. So you want to build to a special 3. That's the first thing you want to do. You also, when you use a special 3, you want to be in the aura, because that's going to go ahead and place an Energize on me and Hyperion. And you might be thinking like, well, Legacy, why do you want to place an Energize? It's fine, because we both get an Energize, and now all you have to do is build to a special 1, and now he is going to be special locked for like the next 15 seconds or something, a very long time. And you really just want to rinse intercepts. Unfortunately, right there I got hit. But yeah, and now you just go to build the special 2s and you just drop them. And in an ideal scenario, you know, you're able to get off like 3 special 2s. Here we got off 2, no problem. And you can see we are just rinsing Hyperion now. So that's how he works. That's rotation. It's pretty spectacular once you get into it, you know. And then here I just wanted to show you guys his regeneration. So this is a Max Sig Infamous Iron Man, and we're just going to be taking a beating. Also, you can see kind of how tanky he is, but his tankiness goes away. Not all of it, but a bulk of it goes away once he loses that armor up passive. Once that comes back, we become really bulky again. So here we get the regen. Gonna let that heal me up. It's ticking for 749. This is Max Sig, so we heal all the way back up to 50% health. Pretty nice. That awakening ability is pretty sick. So here, I'm just going to show you guys with a 4-star. Going to be doing my rank 4 Kitty Pryde here. He is a fantastic Kitty Pryde counter. Probably, maybe the the best in the game. I don't know. He's pretty good for Kitty, man. I'd say like Nimrod, Omega Sentinel, and this guy, like top three Kitty Pride counters right now. He just has super easy access to cowardice on the heavy, and so this is like the short fight rotation. You know, like build. I'm trying to just build her to special 2. Gonna go ahead and drop my special, or sorry, build it, push it to special 3, then drop my special 2, and it deals more damage for the more power that they have to burn. So that's why I try to push her power as high as possible, and you can see that special 2 just rinsed her. So yeah, really incredible Kitty Pride counter. And also pretty solid for Sauron. I was just kind of having fun, you know, with this 4-star, dueling a bunch of my annoying mutant champions that are like in my Battlegrounds deck, and seeing, you know, how good he's going to be for them, because I think Iron Doom is going to be, he's like perfect for those Battleground type matchups and Alliance War fights, you know. I don't really see this guy being like an Abyss option or anything like that, like how Dr. Doom is. This guy definitely just strikes me for those short, medium fights. He goes crazy for him. He really reminds me a lot of, actually, Captain America Sam Wilson. I feel like he's a better version of him, kind of. That's kind of what he reminds me of. So, now we're going to take him for a spin. And this path is literally perfect for him. So this one node here, Power Technician. Every time we parry, we're going to, if we have like an armor buff, which we start with one, it's going to go ahead and power drain them. And I think every time we power drain them or power burn them, we gain a Fury passive. So this lane was literally like meant for Iron Doom, I swear, man. Even though this path came out way before he came out, it's just so perfect for him. So the damage here is going to be heavily inflated by those Furies. I'm not trying to mislead you guys at all. Keep that in mind. Those Furies are increasing our attack by a lot. But this path is a really good showcase for a lot of the fights that he can counter. Like, the reason why I say this path, it feels like it was made for him, is because he counters just so many champions on this path. Like, I did a bunch of duels against my own champion. I only showed you guys 2, Kitty and Sauron, because they weren't on this path. But I did a bunch of other duels against like Bishop, Havoc, some others. Those champs are literally on this path. It's so perfect. So here I'm going for the special 3 rotation, getting this off, and then we're gonna go ahead and drop the special 1, just special lock him, and then we just go nuts. We go to town. So that's kind of like his Doom cycle. It's very similar to the Mystic Doom, but still very different. So the power control when you're not in the aura of Iron, it's not the best, and it's not super reliable. Like, your heavy attacks, they're only going to power burn if they would crit. Then you get a critical power burn, but if they don't crit, you don't get anything. So you kind of got to be careful. But once we throw that special 3 and we're in a long duration of Aura of Iron, all of our basic attacks, not all of our basic attacks, but our mediums are guaranteed to power burn. When we're not in Aura of Iron, you notice that we place a shock on our medium attacks, and then, we can turn these into the Doom Slap. Just the Doom Slap into the knee now, which I love. Yeah, once we're in the Aura of Iron, we're not applying those shocks on the mediums anymore, and instead we're getting the guaranteed power burns as a bit of a trade-off, which is really good. It's a really good trade-off. So here, just kind of spamming heavies. Dude, this character is so smooth to play, and he reminds you so much of Dr. Doom, but he also feels different and unique in his own way. I think they just did such a wonderful job on him, man. Honestly, I love it. So here, I don't even bother going for the special 3 because, with all those Furies, I don't really see the need to go for it. So just really going for my special 2s, spamming these heavies, and I love that they still incorporated that Doom heavy slap. It's so useful. Like, against a MODOK here, it's incredible, I love it. So smooth too. Just, I don't know. It feels right. Feels right. Once you guys get them, once you play them, any star level, you'll know what I mean. And so here we have his absolute greatest matchup. Like, literally, he was made to be a really good Bishop counter. That's what they intended when they created this character. Because it's weird. Bishop is one of the mutant outliers. Nimrod, when everyone thinks of Nimrod, he destroys, you think of him as just the mutant destroyer. But there's one mutant that he doesn't destroy, and that's Bishop. Bishop's a special breed. But this guy was literally made to counter, and you can see all those energy vulnerabilities are just stacking up. 15 of them right now. Like, the first hit of our special 2 did 91,000 damage. Like, any bishop anywhere, this guy is just gonna shred him. It's crazy. Kitty Pryde and Ghost are no longer the best bishop counters anymore, I don't think. I think this guy is. He literally just seems made. He literally is made for it. Like, so, yeah, he's just crazy. It's cool to see, you know, these annoying defenders getting hard counters. It's unique and interesting to see the meta, how it evolves and shifts. Like, you know, Penny Parker, one of the most annoying defenders of all time. Now we have Hulkling, Gallon, Valkyrie too. The champions that, you know, make Penny not so scary anymore. And now this Iron Doom is making Bishop not so scary anymore, which is really cool to see. So yeah, just going for this short rotation here. And so here I get hit by the special, but you see we resist. And we also get regeneration. So how that works is when... I think he has a safety net, so if it deals more than a certain percent, he triggers a regen and he heals back whatever, you know, they did over that percentage. Really, really cool ability there. This Iron Doom is just full of cool and neat tricks. Honestly, I love it. And just the way you can, you know, interject those heavies to chaining specials and they're unblockable. It's so wonderful. It feels like a new twist on the old Dr. Doom. And man, I was skeptical at first, you know, when I heard we were getting another Iron Man. Then I found out it was Doom, and I'm like, okay, I have an open mind. And yeah, they killed it. They knocked it out of the park, man. Kabam, the champion design lately, it's been crazy good. And it feels like every champion is being designed with like something specific in mind. And that's cool. It's really cool, and it gets me really excited, especially with Battlegrounds. Like, I need this guy in my deck. I think he would make such a good addition. Honestly, just such good power control. It's crazy. Plus his prestige, you know, like I need this guy. Guys, I want this guy bad. I want him bad. I also have a Tech Awakening gem, like, I need him. So here we're fighting Havoc. As you can see, he's a pretty solid Havoc counter. Not the best, because Havoc is extremely energy resistant, and, you know, all of our damage pretty much is coming from energy-based means. So he does end up negating a lot of our damage, or lowering it, mitigating it, but still a really solid option. And the cool thing about Iron Doom for Havoc is we're not a robot. You know, we still have access to willpower healing, so those feedback debuffs that he puts on us that normally blow you up, instead just give us some very nice healing. And so this was the final fight on the path. I just had some connection issues, I think, before. I don't know, it's been a while since I recorded. This was on September 8th now. I was having a lot of fun with Iron Doom when I first had access to play him. But yeah, so here we have Apocalypse. These nodes look different. Huh. I'm not sure. Did I switch paths? Maybe I did. I don't know what the nodes here are. I really don't remember. But we're not getting. It looks like some ebb and flow knockdown or something. Something with Unstoppable. But okay, this will be a good fight to showcase his damage, you know, without all those juiced up Furies. So here it looks like I am going for the long duration rotation. Long duration rotation. That rhymes. So I just want to bait out a special 2, because unlike Dr. Doom, you know, with Dr. Doom, you're fine to just drop your special 3 with them at their special 3, but Iron Doom, not exactly the same. You want to bait one out, bait a special out first, then throw your special 3, because, you know, with the Energize, it's gonna get a little crazy. We don't want them to just instantly punish us with special 3. So here, this is all about to be set up perfectly. Knock him down. Aura is active. Drop special 3. We're both going to get the Energize. He's at about... We've only took off like 1/5 of his health right now. So this is going to be very good to see. And as you can see, our basic attacks, we got that critical power burn. Guaranteed. It's so nice. Now that we're in Aura. I'm going to go ahead and drop the special 1. So now we're good. You know, he's special locked. We don't have to worry. We can go for crazy intercepts. You know, we can do whatever we want. We can have fun. And so gonna go for a special 2 here. He's got that unstoppable, but that's okay. We're unblockable. You can see we were doing like 21,000 damage on like all of those power burn hits. Pretty crazy. And so now, just gonna go for a heavy attack right here, and then drop the special 2. It's gonna be unblockable. And, ooh, wasn't quite enough to kill him. Looks like we need a little heavy attack action into a special 1 or something. And that should do the trick. I love the unblockable specials. Great. So, yeah, that was without all the juiced up attack. That's the rotation for longer fights. That's probably like a 450k health pool apocalypse or something. But yeah, man, that is Iron Doom. He is incredible. I really love this guy. I think Kabam did a wonderful job on him. You know, the new Doom. Doom came out a couple years ago, and it was so hyped when he did. But, you know, these days he is a bit old. You know? He's aged well, but, you know, he can be a little repetitive and boring at times. This is coming from a guy who spent hours and hours and hours watching the Doom cycle in Abyss before the skip special 3 button was a thing. So, you know, Doom got a little bit old after that. After seeing that special 3 100 times, it gets a little old. So it's really nice to have a new and fresh Doom. And now he's also the king of prestige. So like I'm gonna need to get this guy. I really don't think, you know, he's the new best tech champ or anything like that. I don't even think he's close to top 3. But I do think he's really great. He's definitely gonna have his place in the game, and his power control is extremely strong, which is something I really value and want in a tech champ. Like for example, the way I think of him is kind of like a new and improved like Vision. That's kind of how I think about him, like a new and improved, much better version of, and like if Kabam was gonna make Vision now, like he'd look something like this. I feel like with how the power control works. So yeah, I think tech power control god for sure, but definitely don't see him top 3 in tech. Probably not top 5 either. I don't know, maybe, but yeah, I need a lot more time to really think where I'd rate him as far as that goes. But really solid champ all around. Really like him. I think he's awesome. Really wonderful addition. And I think he's just going to be a killer in Battlegrounds specifically, which is all the more reason why I want him. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this new Iron Doom, Infamous Iron Man. Do you guys like Iron Doom, iDoom? Let me know. You know, spitball some names. Let me know. I think Iron Doom is going to stick, though. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys really did enjoy it. Drop a like if so, subscribe if you want to see more content. We are going to be streaming 8.1 100% when it drops. You guys definitely going to want to see that. Day 100% rewards. Going to be sick. That's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.